Hi guys, in this video, I'll be sharing with you the clarification that were made as regard the 5-point immigration plan that was announced by the UK Home Secretary. This clarification concerns those on carer and senior carer role. As is stated on the clarification that were made on this subject, they said this challenge will be implemented as soon as possible in the coming year 2024. So guys, you need to stick with me to the end of this video to get the full information. There are some selling points on that clarification that need urgent attention by international students and those who are already on postgraduate work visa. It doesn't matter how long you've been on the postgraduate study visa, or if you are a student currently studying or you just recently graduated, this video is for you. This clarification is very expedient because it can shatter all the plans, all the resources you've put in place to get to the point you currently are in the UK. So guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. As you all know, my name is Victor. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, in this channel, I give latest updates on ways you can study abroad and ways you can migrate through the skilled workers migration route. So guys, if this content looks exciting to you and you gain value for this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel to join the amazing evergreen family, and you can try to leave your thoughts on the comment box what you think about this video. So guys, without further ado, let's get started. The UK government has announced 5-point immigration plan in a bid to reduce net migration in the UK. The statistics that were released by some independent body show that the figure of net migration that was released propelled the government to come up with some drastic, urgent action to see how they can bring net migration. So part of the plan is to stop carer and senior carer from coming into the UK with their dependents spring 2024, among other proposals that were made. There were so many concerns raised as regard the 5-point immigration plan that was announced by the UK government. This has propelled the government to come up with some clarification as regard the 5-point immigration plan that was announced. Among this clarification that were made, there are some areas that we need to pay close attention to, which I'll be drawing your attention in case you've not read it. Some persons have read it, but they did not pay close attention to those clauses that were made on the clarification. This is really dicey. So I'll be sharing my screen with you as usual, so you can as well read with me, so we can look at it together, and you can as well share your thoughts on the comment box. If you have any counter opinion or view about what I'll be sharing, you can as well leave that on the comment box so we can discuss it further. Let me share my screen with you so we can read through and see some of the clarification that were made by the UK Home Secretary as regard the 5-point migration plan that was announced a few weeks back. As you can see, carers and senior carers, these challenges will be introduced as soon as possible in the new year. Care workers, COS, that is shortage occupational code, right, 6145, and senior carer, right, shortage occupational code 6146, already in the route will be able to remain with their dependent, including extending changing employer within the same shortage occupational code. So guys, since you are already on that skill set, you can continue even when you change employer. So this is fantastic. It still remains the same. If you're already a carer here in the UK and you wish to change to a different employer, that will not invalidate your dependent. You can switch at will and as well move with your dependents to your new sponsor. So that is not an issue. The second clarification that we have made as regard the 5-point migration plan, where a care worker or senior care worker is in the route before the immigration rules change, but has not yet brought dependents, they will be allowed to bring dependents during their sponsorship, right? So this is also a good news. If you already switched to your skilled worker route before the rule come into effect, you can as well bring your dependent. If you're already here in the UK and your dependent are still in your home country, you don't have anything to worry about. You can as well bring them at a later date. In as much you are on the skilled worker route before the rule come into effect, you have nothing to worry about. This is also good news. This clarification has actually brought peace of mind to so many persons who are here with the intent of bringing their family to join them when they fully settle in. Because coming to the UK with your family, it's really expensive. Getting accommodation, schools, and other stuff, it takes time for you to be able to sort all of those things out. So it's better for you to come alone, sort all of those things so your family can join you and have a comfortable place to live in with you when they arrive in the UK. So this clarification is very important. It will not put extra pressure on migrants who are here alone with the intent of bringing their family to join them in the future. So this is a fantastic clarification by the UK Home Secretary. So the third clarification is one area I would like you to pay utmost attention to, because it affects international students, it affects those on a postgraduate work visa. It doesn't matter how long you've been on a postgraduate study work visa, this might also affect you. So you need to pay close attention to this paragraph. Individuals who are in the UK on any other route, including where that route permits dependents, who switch into care visa as a care worker or senior care worker after this date, will not be able to stay with or bring over dependents. So guys, what this simply implies is, as a student studying in the UK, if you are able to get visa sponsorship job before this rule come into effect, even if you are here with your dependent, because as a time you come into the UK, right, as a student, you can come in with your student dependent. But if you are unable to secure a sponsorship job before the rule come into effect, even while you are here with your dependent, you will not be able to switch with your dependent. You can switch alone, but your dependent will not be able to switch with you to the new visa you are changing into. Rather, they will have to leave the UK at the expiration of their current stay. So guys, this is very dicey, most especially international students that just came into the UK for study and those that recently graduated. If you are able to get visa sponsorship job within this period up to when the rule come into effect, you will not be able to switch with your dependent. So guys, this is really tasking for those who are willing to continue their stay here in the UK with their dependent. You need to work fast. You need to put your act together to see how you can make this work out for you. For students, because the law have also changed, you cannot switch while you are still studying. You can only switch upon completion of your course of study. But if you have dependents, your dependent can switch at will, right? That rule does not affect your dependent. It's only those that are studying, right, which is the principal applicant as a student, cannot switch. So as a student, while you are still studying, your dependent can as well get a visa sponsorship job, right? So upon completion of your study, you cannot switch to join your dependent, right, as a dependent of your previous dependent. So that way, you can be able to remain back in the UK. But if your dependent is unable to get a visa sponsorship job while you are still studying, what that implies is, at the completion of your course of study, right, the only option you have is for you to do a post-study and work visa. Because even if you get a skilled worker visa after completion of your study and this new rule come into effect, you will not be able to switch to a skilled worker visa with your dependent. So this is very, very dicey for international students. Also, those who are currently on a post-study work visa, while you are currently on your post-study and work visa, if you are able to secure a skilled worker visa before this new rule come into effect, you will not be able to switch with your dependents that are currently living with you in the UK for the past 2 or 3 years you've been in the UK. So I know so many international students who came in autumn 2021. They are still currently on a post-study work visa. They've not been able to get a skilled worker visa. So imagine you've been on a post-study work visa for the past 1.5 years, right? Before this new rule come into effect, you will not be able to switch with your dependents, right, to the new visa category you are switching into. So guys, if you're on a post-study work visa, you need to work hard to see how you can get sponsorship to switch before this new rule come into effect. It was clearly stated in the clarification that was made that even when the visa that allow you to reside here in the UK permits you to come with your dependents, right? But once this new rule come into effect, you will not be able to switch, or you will not be able to bring in your dependent to come and join you here in the UK. So that is to say, either way, if you are here in the UK with your dependent, or you are here and you're expecting your dependent to join you in the future after you switch, this rule still affects you, irrespective of the fact that the visa you are currently holding allow you to stay with your dependent. So guys, this clarification is expedient and it calls for urgent action for all migrants who fall within this category to act fast, because it will not be funny after you've lived here in the UK for like 2 years, right, on a particular class of visa that allow you to stay here with your dependent. But now that you want to move to a different class of visa, you can no longer move with your dependent. That is to say, you either remain back here, right, while your dependent return back home, or you just make up your mind and return back home with your dependent. So guys, this clarification is very expedient and is very important for those who fall within this category. That's why you need to share this video wide. There are so many persons out there who are not aware of this. They feel comfortable with whatever class of visa they have, with a plan of doing things differently in the coming month, but they do not have this information to guide their action. Information is key. For us to make progress, we need the right information at the right time. And with the right information, you will not have any cost to learn in the hard way. So guys, you need to share this content, give a thumb up so YouTube can recommend to a wider audience, and so many migrants out there who are looking forward to get such a valuable information will leverage on this to see how they can extend their stay without having any issues with their dependent. One other clarification that was also made that I need to bring to your knowledge is care providers who were sponsoring workers in exclusively non-regulated activities, right, before the rules change, should be able to continue to sponsor those workers, including for extension to their visa on those terms, but not hire new ones. So what this implies is there are some care companies that are not regulated by the Care Quality Commission, right? Since they are not regulated by Care Quality Commission and they have the sponsorship license to sponsor workers from abroad or within the UK, they can continue to do so. So those workers they sponsored before the new rule come into effect, they can extend, right, their visa after the expiration of the initial sponsorship term, right? But they cannot sponsor new workers to come and work with them until they register to be supervised by the Care Quality Commission, right? So this is another area. If you are working within a care setting and you find out the company you are currently working with is not being regulated by the Care Quality Commission, right, that is also a red flag, because for all care setting, the UK government has announced that all care home must be regulated by the Care Quality Commission. So if your company is not being regulated by the Care Quality Commission, that is also a red flag, because you never can tell what will happen in the next couple of months, because most of those companies that were not regulated by the Care Quality Commission, they are the ones that are doing these sharp practices. So guys, this information is very important to all migrants who fall within this category, right, to be able to make their informed decision before the rule come into effect. We'll come to the end of this video. If you gain value for this video, guys, don't forget to subscribe to this channel to join the amazing evergreen family. You can give a thumb up so YouTube can recommend to a wider audience, because so many migrants out there are looking forward to get this valuable information to be able to make an informed decision so they will not learn the hard way. See you in my next video.